Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, there was a gaming developer company called Insomniac Games. They had created some successful games in the past like Disruptor and Spyro the Dragon, but they were looking for something new and exciting to capture the hearts of gamers everywhere. That's when they had an idea. What if they combined classic platforming elements with shooting, RPG mechanics, and a quirky sense of humor? And what if they did it all in a science fiction world filled with strange creatures, wacky weapons, and epic battles? And so, in the year 2002, a new hero was born. Ratchet, a young Lombax with dreams of adventure and heroism. He would soon be joined by his trusty robotic sidekick Clank, who would help him save the galaxy from all manner of threats. And thus began the epic saga of Ratchet and Clank, a franchise that has spanned multiple consoles, generations, and fanbases. In this video, I will take a journey through the history of this beloved franchise from its inception to its latest release on the PlayStation 5. So sit back and relax, and get ready to experience the epic story of Ratchet and Clank. And without any further ado, let's get started! Hey, what's going on everyone, it's Tony here again and welcome to another video. The concept for Ratchet and Clank was first developed by Insomniac Games in the late 90s. The team wanted to create a game that combined elements of platformers, shooters, and RPGs and featured a peculiar and humorous tone. The character of Ratchet, a Lombax mechanic, was one of the first elements to be developed. The team wanted a character who was relatable, but also had a sense of humor and a sense of adventure. The Lombax species was chosen because it allowed for a wide range of physical abilities and customization options. Clank, the small robot who served as Ratchet's companion, was added later in development. The team wanted a character who could provide exposition, interact with the player, and be used for puzzle solving and exploration. The team drew inspiration for the game's characters and humor from a variety of sources, including classic cartoons, science fiction movies, and their own personal experiences. The game's weapons, a significant feature of the series, were also designed to be unique and memorable, reflecting the game's humor and tone. In interviews, the developers and Insomniac Games have cited some of the major influences for the game. For example, the team was inspired by classic platformers like Super Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie. They've also drawn inspiration from science fiction movies and TV shows like Star Wars, Star Trek, and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Ratchet's Lombax race was based on a childhood pet of one of the developers, and a few other things inspired and helped the developers create a fun and engaging game for players of all ages. As I said, Insomniac Games was not a totally unknown development company when it released the first Ratchet and Clank game. The company's first game was Disruptor, a first-person shooter released in 1996 for the original PlayStation console. The game received positive reviews and set the stage for the company's future success. Then, they worked on Spyro the Dragon, a fantastic 3D platforming game released in 1998, also for the original PlayStation. So, they already knew how to make awesome games. The franchise already has 15 games in its catalog, including remakes, spin-offs, and a mobile game. The games released for home consoles are, starting on the PlayStation 2, Ratchet and Clank, released in 2002, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, released in 2003, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, released in 2004, Ratchet Deadlocked, released in 2005, Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, released in 2007 and also released in the PSP, and Secret Agent Clank, released in 2008, again with a PSP version. Now on the PlayStation 3, Ratchet and Clank Future, Tools of Destruction, released in 2007, Ratchet and Clank Future Quest for Booty, released in 2008, Ratchet and Clank Future A Crack in Time, released in 2009, Ratchet and Clank All for One, released in 2011, Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault, released in 2012, including a digital release on PS Vita, and Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, released in 2013. Ratchet and Clank, a reimagination of the first game of the series, was released in 2016 on the PlayStation 4. And the latest game in the franchise, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, was released in 2021 for the PlayStation 5. To have an idea of how loved these characters are, they also have their own movie, comic book series, action figures, and much more. So that was it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what's the best game in the series in your opinion. I love the original 2002 game and Secret Agent Clank, they're so good. Watch my previous video to save huge on some incredible Nintendo Switch games on sale. I hope you guys have a great week. God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.